ranch dressing is probably one of my favorite condiments. You can put it on salad, dip vegetables in it. Goes good with potatoes. And for any Italians watching out there, it is delicious on pizza. Anyway, so I wanted to see what the best ranch dressing you could get at Walmart was. I mean, everybody's got a Walmart near them. And I wanted to see, we have the most expansive menagerie of ranch dressing these days. In fact, I was expecting to have 4 whenever I was thinking about doing this video. And I went and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different ranch dressings. So that is pretty crazy to me. Of course, the assumed winner, and the one that I have in my fridge, in fact, I didn't buy a bottle of it because I had it already, is Hidden Valley. Of course, Hidden Valley being the original brand of ranch dressing, because there was a ranch called Hidden Valley that the original mixture was made up of. Now, it's also important to state that this is all bottled ranch dressing, and the best ranch dressing you can get is buying the seasoning packet and doing it with fresh buttermilk and everything, and that's actually leagues better. But as far as being able to buy a bottle of it, I wanted to see which one was the best. So, of course, we have the Hidden Valley, but we have Wishbone. We have Healthy Choice, which has cauliflower puree in it to lighten it up a little bit. So we'll see if, you know, if this is halfway decent, it would be a good healthy replacement. We have the Great Value Walmart brand. We have Ken's Steakhouse, which I'm assuming will be a contender for Hidden Valley because I'm a fan of everything else that Ken's Steakhouse does. And then we have the Tessemae's Pantry. I think this is another healthy one. Then we have Kraft and Sir Kensington's. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is just somebody's fancy brand. This is probably owned by like Kraft or something. I saw it start showing up, but it has a very parent company wants to have a more hip sounding brand. Because who's posh and likes ranch dressing? I don't know. Anyway, so those are the choices today. I am going to put the Healthy Choice and the Tessemae's. Am I saying that right? Tessemae's Pantry. I'm going to put those aside as their own. I'm going to do those last because they're more healthy. So I don't want to put them necessarily up against them. You know, unless if they surprise me and end up tasting as good. So let's go ahead and just set all these off to the side, and we'll start off with, you know what? I am going to start off with Hidden Valley, because you might as well, if you're going to compare to something, compare yourself to the king. So I've got a couple plates here to help that. So anyway, I've got a nice bowl of broccoli florets. Rinse these off and everything. And we'll just put a little bit of the Hidden Valley onto the plate. In fact, actually, I'll go ahead and put that there to stare lovingly at the camera. Anyway, so we'll see. That's the Hidden Valley I know and love. There's a sharp tang, you can tell, from its the buttermilk. In fact, yep, there is buttermilk in it. You get that sharp tang at first, and then there's the background notes of the dill, the black pepper, the onion powder, and all the different flavorings that has in it. And that's actually pretty much what it is. Of course, it has a lot of different stabilizers in it, but it's mostly going to be buttermilk, vinegar, garlic, onion, and yeah. So those are going to be the main flavors. Oh, and there should be dill. Usually dill's the key flavor, and ranch. So that's very pleasant. and it's there's no super strong flavor, just acidic bite, a little bit garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of dill, and then it just rounds everything out. So we'll go ahead and set that off to the side. Now we have Wishbone over here. Give this guy a shake. Wishbone. What's your ranch like? Wishbone. Let's see here. Give this guy a try. Again, make sure you get plenty in there. As expected, very similar. Buttermilk, spices. Not as acidic as the Hidden Valley. The buttermilk doesn't punch through as much. In fact, it could just be that it only uses buttermilk and doesn't have the vinegar. So we have water, sugar. Oh, it has the vinegar, buttermilk, garlic, and onion. Yeah. So the from the ingredients, it's very similar. However, the flavor, a little bit more mild, but also a little bit more broad. I feel like it's this honestly is for someone who doesn't like sharpness and flavors. If you're someone who doesn't like a strong acidic punch, this one actually is very flavorful. As far as the onion and garlic is very close to Hidden Valley, just less acidic. I would put this a little bit below Hidden Valley because I like the acidity, but it is still tastes very close to it. So now we have the Great Value Classic Ranch. In fact, I'm gonna give this a shake to make sure. Coming out, it's a little bit more gloopy. Tells me maybe a little bit more mayonnaise in this than buttermilk. I'm assuming it's mayonnaise. Yeah. There's a strong mayonnaise flavor to it. And very heavy, almost like a powdered buttermilk flavor. It's almost like you put some powdered buttermilk into mayonnaise. It doesn't have like a bright acidity. It has this like acidity that just lays there on the tongue. The onion comes through quite heavily. A little bit of garlic, not a lot of dill. It's not a very fresh tasting. I feel like this is what you would get, since it's the Great Value brand, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. I feel like this is what you would get if you had like a kid's party or something and you needed like a jug of it. It might be a little bit cheaper to do that. Not very enjoyable though, compared to these other two. It honestly is like you're dipping your broccoli into jazzed up mayonnaise. So not a huge fan of the Great Value. Let's go with the Kraft to round out the large brand. Well, Ken's I think would be a large brand too. So we'll go with the Kraft here. It is not as gloopy, so I'm hoping for a little bit better of a ranch flavor out of this one. It's sweeter, but it has a nice bright acidity like the Hidden Valley does. And the onion and garlic and dill come through rather well. There's just a little bit more sugar to it. I would say this might be really good if you're doing some sort of pasta salad or something that calls for a low ranch, something where you want maybe a little sweeter. As a dip, again, I still prefer the Hidden Valley. I think because it's even on all fronts. However, I would not be opposed to having a bottle of that if they were somehow out of Hidden Valley. This is probably the second then. Very bright, acidic, with nice creaminess that's not heavy like the Great Value. Tastes like, oh. The craft, though, tastes very nice. Just a little bit on the sweeter side. In fact, I would imagine craft being more popular in the Midwestern areas where things are a little bit sweeter. If you've ever had, like, I love pickled beets or sauerkraut or something. Usually in the Northeast, it's a little more acidic, which is where I grew up. But over in the Midwest, it's usually they put a little bit more sugar in it because they like a little bit more sweet. So if that's sort of the flavor profile you enjoy, I would say the craft would actually probably serve you better than the Hidden Valley if you like a little added sweetness to it. The Kins is actually the dark horse in this. I've never had Kins Ranch. Of course, it has. Oh, it comes out very gloopy though. That is actually very close to the Great Value. I'm surprised. We'll give this a shot. It has a nice flavor that isn't like any of the others. It's not as acidic because it's obviously a little bit more, I'm going to say mayonnaise heavy. It's, they put it down here as oil and egg yolk and everything. And they're basically, there's mayonnaise and buttermilk as the base. So it's a little bit more thick and creamy, which means it has a little bit more of a mayonnaise to it, but it's not a blah type of like heaviness to it like the Great Value had. It's still a little bit lighter. There's a gentle sweetness to it, not as sharply sweet as the craft, not as acidic as Hidden Valley. It's just very almost, I don't want to say refined, but it's a little bit more delicate of a flavor, I guess I would say, which is weird talking about ranch. Ranch is usually like the wrecking ball of the condiment world. It has everything that would be in the... Okay, this one actually has sour cream powder. That might be why it has sort of a more interesting flavor. These ones I didn't see that. This has powdered sour cream, which means, it has a little bit more of a fermented acidity versus buttermilk has more of a funky acidity. What's the difference between buttermilk and sour cream? This is good. Honestly, where I enjoy ranch, I enjoy something that hits up front whenever I'm having ranch. That's what I want. So where this is trying to play at being delicate, I'm getting more boring. It's not offensive in any way. It's very pleasant. If you get this, you're not going to be unhappy. However, the Ken's Steakhouse, while trying to seem balanced, just never excites. Is the truth of how that goes. I'm surprised so far the craft is probably the, going up against Silicon Valley, or not Silicon Valley, Hidden Valley. However, we shall try Sir Kensington, because when you're eating ranch, you know you are having the fanciest ranch when you buy Sir Kensington's. Sorry for anybody who's grossed out at having the ranch sandwiched under another plate, but I don't want to get any of them mixed together. So Sir Kensington's Yeah, comes out in a wonderful sounding squeeze. Honestly, it came out with a it looks closer to a the Hidden Valley in its texture as it comes out. It's not gloopy. It's not overly white, which is usually what heavily mayonnaise-y ranches look. Let's see. That is not trying. That is actually quite nice. That is not trying to be close to Hidden Valley. That is almost a completely different flavor. Has the vinegar, garlic juice, egg yolks, salt, lemon juice. Okay, it has coconut sugar. So it adds, that's where some of that comes. Has yeast extract, celery seed, black pepper, dill, citric acid, mustard extract. Honestly, as a dip, I'm surprised. As a dip, I actually prefer this over Hidden Valley. If I was dipping potatoes or pizza crust, something that's like gently sweet, like broccoli, maybe not so much, because the ranch kind of like goes along with the broccoli. However, something maybe like a bell pepper that has its own strong flavor would go well with this. But this has basically a very strong garlic and almost a lemon, the lemon flavor. You can taste the garlic and the lemon, I think, at most up front. But the celery, so the celery seed that adds in there, that's actually something that comes through quite well. I'm very perplexed because it tastes like ranch, but at the same time it doesn't. It basically took flavors from ranch, and while all these guys are trying to copy Hidden Valley and try to copy the acidity, try to copy just like gentle creaminess with a little bit of dill, a little bit of the background flavors of the onion and the garlic, this comes through and says, no, I am garlic, I am lemon, I am dill, I am celery. And it wants to punch through with that. So again, this may not be good for salad or something where it's going to be flavoring every bite. But if you are the type of person like me who enjoys dipping their pizza crust into ranch after you're done eating, after you're done eating the pizza itself, this I believe would be rather nice. Or if you're someone who, you have tater tots or something and you're just you don't have ketchup or whatever, that is a nice dipping ranch. So we're going to move over to the healthier ones. We have the Tessemae's Pantry, which this one isn't trying to be healthy in the lower calorie. This one is healthy in the it's dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, Whole30 approved, keto approved. Basically, it has high fat, so the calories are the same as these ones. However, it has, obviously it's sugar-free, and then the ingredients are a little bit more organic, I guess. Oh, it's a thick boy. Wow. There we go. We got a little bit on the plate. Right off the bat, obviously it's a little bit thicker, didn't want to come out. Which, if it's quality ingredients, I mean, that's, these guys are made to be pourable from a jug. So that doesn't really take any points off for me. It has I can see the pepper, I can see the herbs. I'm actually interested to see it because most of the rest of the ones are, except for the Sir Kensingtons, they're very like white with little flecks. Sir Kensington is a bright white with, like, you can see the flecks of the herbs and black pepper. This one is a little bit darker. probably because it tries to stay dairy free, so it doesn't have whiteness from that. Although, yeah, it's mainly going to be a mustard and mayo with the other flavorings. So we'll give this a shot. Okay. I personally don't like it, but then again, I don't like it with the broccoli. That is a very nice dill cream sauce. Very heavy dill flavor. It is, and a little bit of celery to back that up. That, you know, the celery has the sweet grassy note. The dill has that fragrant, like perfumey grassy note to it. But that's really what it tastes like. It tastes like a nice creamy dill sauce. That would be actually, I think that would be very good on fish, or possibly with like chicken. That doesn't ring. Although I could see that being good on a salad as well. Because with it being heavy in the dill and the celery, it's not going to overpower in a way that's going to make you not enjoy a salad. Unlike Sir Kensington's, which is heavy on the garlic and the lemon, which is going to become too much as you take bite after bite of it. This, I would say, I'm not a fan of it as far as ranch goes, but the more I sit back and I reflect on it, I can see where I would enjoy it elsewhere. I don't think it's a good pairing with just broccoli, because I don't think that the broccoli and that strong dill flavor pair well together. But like I said, little fish, little chicken. That's a very interesting flavor, though. Tessemae's Pantry. If you want something that is more, tasting more like the herbs, more like the dill, Tessemae's Pantry is actually rather nice. Now, the healthy choice is trying to be lower calorie. This has cauliflower puree in it as the main. It has chicory in it, which is different. And then it has the rest, the garlic, the onion, the buttermilk powder. So we'll see how this turns out, because this one is going to be the true, oh wow, that is very thin. Thin, but the top looks flat and gloopy at the same time. Not getting too good of vibes from it, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, you know what it is? It looks that way because it's cauliflower puree. You can never fully smooth out a cauliflower puree. That is so odd, because it tastes so much like cauliflower. But cauliflower tastes good with ranch. In fact, usually I have a bowl of cauliflower and broccoli. It doesn't sit pleasant on the tongue though. The mixture of the cauliflower and then the buttermilk, and everything together. At first, it was just odd, and then as it sits, it more just tastes weird. However, it's not super unpleasant. It's just so cauliflowery. If you enjoy cauliflower and you eat other things with cauliflower puree, you probably know the exact flavor that this thing has. That is that there's like a slight sulfuricness. I don't know however you would say it. The cauliflower has that slight like sulfuric flavor to it, which I don't mind. I enjoy cauliflower, and that's what this tastes like. It has very heavy on those notes with the buttermilk. I think that's what it is. The sulfur and the buttermilk don't mesh all that particularly well, but still, the herbs the garlic, the onion, they all come through. It's purely that battle of the buttermilk and the cauliflower that sits there. So as far as rankings would go, I mean, so this isn't trying to be like these others. It's trying to be a healthy ranch. And in all honesty, if you're someone who is on a diet and you're eating other things with cauliflower puree, and you are used to that flavor, maybe you don't mind it. All the rest of the flavors are there. I would say, and at 45 calories for 2 tablespoons versus Hidden Valley's 120 calories for 2 tablespoons, you're getting a solid reduction in calories. So I would say, if you don't mind the flavor of cauliflower, that's actually not too bad of a choice. Dipping it with broccoli, it didn't go well for me. So I would put that probably on my in the lower tier. So the king remains, for me, the Hidden Valley. It is sort of like Heinz ketchup in that it hits all the notes just the way that you want them. And it's possible that what you're expecting may be different, and so Hidden Valley won't be what it is. So purely, whenever I think of ranch, Hidden Valley hits all the notes that I want in just the right way. It's not exceptional. It's not a flavor that you are going to be missing if you have to buy one of these other ones. In fact, like I was discussing earlier, if you're someone who likes it a little bit sweeter, the Kraft is actually rather nice. It has a lot of the flavors that I enjoy from the Hidden Valley, except it's a little sweeter. So I feel like this might actually be nice, especially if you are making it into a pasta salad or you're working ranch into something. That little bit of sweetness may end up being a decent flavor to have. As far as the oddball, the Sir Kensington's, if I am dipping something particular that doesn't have much of its own flavor and I want it to be very savory, Sir Kensington's, I'm actually going to put this in my fridge. And I'm going to have this whenever I have, potatoes where I put a little ranch on them, which isn't super often, but since it's in there, I might do that. The big thing is, whenever I eat pizza, I dip the crust in, and I think that this is actually going to replace Hidden Valley for that, because the heavy garlic, the heavy lemon, is a very nice, very savory sauce, but not... it's one of those sauces that if you were eating a salad, or you're dipping broccoli in it, and it's like every bite you're getting a little bit of that, it's going to become too much eventually. It's just going to add up, and you're just going to be like, oh, this is too much. With bread, or something that's just starchy, it's going to hit, and then the bread is going to kind of soak up the flavor from your mouth a little bit, and then it's not going to sit heavy after a few bites with it. So Sir Kensington is the special teams player, I guess I'll say. It is good at a few specific things, better than the Hidden Valley in the way that it does it. Tessemae is the standout as far as just the herb flavor. If you're someone looking for something, you enjoy the flavor of herbs, maybe you want to work in just a little bit of something to a pasta salad and you want it to be more spring-like, more herby, and not that creamy ranchy, this hits so hard on the celery, on the dill. It's very flavorful, packed full of that herb flavor. I would say that this would go very well if that's what you were looking for. This Tessemae's Pantry. The others, the Ken Steakhouse, the Wishbone, and the healthy choice if you are trying to cut down on calories, they will get the job done. They're not as good as a Hidden Valley. They're not as interesting as a Sir Kensington, but they're there. If that's there, I wouldn't turn these away if that's what's at somebody's house if I'm over and having a salad. The one that just sucks. Great Value Classic Ranch. You taste like mayonnaise. with a little bit of buttermilk powder in you. I am not a fan of this at all. This is going straight in the trash after I'm done filming. I have no use for this. Anyway, so that's my rankings on all the different ranch dressings that you can get at Walmart. Maybe you enjoy one of the ones that I had a lesser opinion of, let me know. However, hopefully, if you ever stared at it and wondered, am I getting the one? I've always just gotten this one brand. Am I getting the right brand? Maybe I might like this better. Hopefully, the breakdown of the different flavors helps you decide maybe next time you want to try one. Maybe you want to try the Tessemaes. I would recommend, if you're someone who likes the flavor of dill, try the Tessemaes. You may actually find it's your new favorite. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.